Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to Reckless Whiskey Wednesday.
It was such a reckless night.
Awesomeness.
Tonight, such a reckless night.
Awesome.
But hey, we are back, folks. So if you caught us a little bit earlier, we had to hop off of the live just because it was a reckless Wednesday. And now it's time to enjoy whiskeys. Yes, those that you see in front of you. That's the line up today. It's short and sweet. 4 whiskeys, 3 guys on this reckless Wednesday. Talking reckless too. Let's get into it, folks. We're going to back you up as far as the screen goes. And just so you can see our faces.
Yeah,
there we go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, now
absolutely.
we're talking.
For sure. So, gosh, I'm ready just to get into the whiskeys. Folks, be safe out there when you're driving. Please do not lose control of your car and hit parked cars.
And make sure your insurance is up to date, please.
For certain. Absolutely. Absolutely that. So, we have a fresh crack on the table.
Brought to you by who?
Pun intended on that. But brought to us by the Willits Company. Oh, I need to go back and get a up close and personal of that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's the newest Willet product. It's called Speakeasy, folks. It is the Speakeasy Willet right there. Brand new. It just hit this market here in the DMV last week. Last week it hit. So, yeah, turn the bottle. Give it a whole 360, man.
Okay,
yeah, give it a full 360. You know, it kind of has that royal blue and gold, so a little rich there. If I look at the bottle, I kind of wish maybe that the lettering was a bit more noticeable. The gold kind of falls into that blue a little bit too easily, and it might be missed on the shelf. But you know, what's really important is what's inside the bottle. Would you agree, gents?
100%.
For sure. So we're going to go ahead and put this little ticker down at the bottom.
Let's find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out for sure. Let's
fresh crack to start out the night.
A fresh crack to start the night out. That's
you should have opened this, I guess, because
maybe not. No,
since you've been through so much tonight,
hey, it's been something. And Zoe gets that. Let's have another. Let's see. What's this other view right here? I like that view.
Oh, I like that one too, because Zoe's not really in it.
Oh man,
that's good. That's good. That's good. I started to sit out of camera though.
Oh wow!
Shout out Drew Beard, join in.
Mr. Beard.
Shout out Mr. Beard. Absolutely. What's up, Drew? Hope all is well with you. We have a little up close and personal happening right now, and let's go ahead and. Let's see, share my screen a little bit with the Speakeasy. Okay, is that coming in clearly, folks? There it is. There it is, the Speakeasy. Absolutely. So this is it. It's, once again, Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey by the folks at Willet. I'm probably just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Or maybe just back up the screen a little bit. But yeah, what do you think about the nose on this bad boy, gents? What are you thinking thus far? Oh wow!
I'm thinking of some brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, brown sugar, bacon spice a little bit.
Bacon spice, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the oak comes through. I think the oak comes through.
Does come through.
Did we talk what proof point we're at? We're at 98 proof.
98. That's right. 98. That's not a bad proof point, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
That is.
Yeah,
that is absolutely. Right here at Chats, we have this on sale for $39.99 right now. And so yeah, I think so. A very approachable nose. I'm not getting a lot of volatility of alcohol. Once again, the bacon spices come forth.
Not oak structure to me.
Yeah,
the oak is there for sure.
But a lot of like rich sweetness vibes, a little dessert, baked goods. I'll take a sip.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
I'm pretty impressed at the price point.
Yeah. First sip for me. This is my first whiskey of the day.
Mm.
And you get a little bit of the spices, of the what I'm pretty sure is a rye Nashville on this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Also the richer caramels, some sweet corn note, kind of more maybe medium body. Say it's medium body. It's not too oily or too viscous.
Yeah.
A lot of spice.
Lots of spice, right?
But enough to keep you entertained.
I'm getting some light to medium tannins on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe from that oak I was smelling.
Yeah.
I'm getting some green. Was like some tea on the palate. Something like mid to back end of the taste. Not so much up front is sweet. I'm getting something like green.
A little green mint.
On the nose too, then after I taste it translates into the nose.
Or a little bit of like basil, arugula green.
Arugula.
Nothing too
some thin mint going on.
Some thin mint. All right.
A little thin mint, actually.
Yeah.
Arugula. Bernie had salad last night.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I think.
Ooh, it's getting like candy sweet, not just like caramel sweet now. It's getting like candy.
Much richer sweetness, right? Yeah.
For the price point, what you get for that's super appealing to majority of whiskey drinkers, and I mean that's a killer price point. But I mean, Willet's good at that when you throw it in with Old Bardstown, Johnny Drum, Pure Kentucky.
Is there an age statement on this?
Mm-hmm. No particular age statement that I've seen.
It's good. It's sweet. I mean, from the way the oak comes through, I wouldn't think it's too young. But for me, I feel like the finish is young. But it's like straight. It's clean. It's like doesn't linger.
Mm-hmm.
The whiskey itself doesn't. If it makes sense, that the whiskey itself doesn't seem young and out of like freshness or out of. It's delicious. You know what I'm saying? So it's like quality and time put into it. But I don't think it's too old because of the finish is light and so narrow and structured.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Like the roundness and the different flavors, they just go away and it goes into one flavor for the finish. All those flavors we're tasting don't stay around.
Yeah, there's not a super long finish on it. The finish is sweet and somewhat fresh. About 30 seconds into it, you still kind of have a little bit of that sweet tone on the palate, a little bit of mouth-watering character.
100%.
But yeah, it's fun. I think they do a good job, especially at the price point. We are talking about Speakeasy Kentucky Straight Bourbon, a 79% corn. That's right, 7% rye, 14% malted barley. It is a lot of that heavy corn. And
so spice though.
And the spice is there, but at that high proof, right? Yeah, that high proof, I can see where the maltiness is, but it doesn't come through too heavy and extracted.
It doesn't.
Right? Yeah, there's a freshness factor to it. And I am getting a lot of corn-like sweetness, especially that second sip, where those sweeter flavors really, really jump out of the glass at you.
For sure.
Enough rye to give you some spice, but I don't know.
Second taste, I'm getting more and more mint, spearmint.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, I mean, that was I think quite an enjoyable under $50 bottle of whiskey.
For sure.
Of course, representing Speakeasy.
Under 40.
Absolutely. The time in which you had to go underground to enjoy and partake in your favorite cocktails and beverages during Prohibition. Speakeasy. So shout out to Willett for this new drop. Let's get some ratings real quick.
Go ahead. Zoe, start off.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I I'm kind of mixed up with the way the oak comes through to me, versus how it seems a little young at the same time to me. It has some medium complexity to this. I'm gonna go solid every day, about 7.2. Solid every day.
All right. Yeah. 7.25 for Zoe. I'm gonna be close. I'm gonna probably hit it at a 7 flat. I'm gonna go 7 even for me on the Willet Speakeasy, and then we'll finish off Burn.
Yeah, I will have to meet you right there. I think I'm at a 7 as well for that bad boy.
Wow. I was thinking 7, but y'all put me on the hot seat starting off.
It's all
but
good.
I'm gonna stick with the 7.25 though.
It's all good. Yeah. Well, let's run it.
It's good. It's a good product for under 40.
The Speakeasy Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's a 98 proofer, a new release by the Willet Distillery of Bardstown, Kentucky. Alonzo gives it a 7.25. Matt and I are equal at 7 points out of 10. That was a great way to start this Whiskey Wednesday.
This is giving me
a good first
bourbon old fashioned type thing. With the finish on the palate, I think this blends straight in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the little dryness, I think, goes with the bitters. I think this goes straight into that.
That's a good point. It has these sweeter notes, right? And enough ABV where it's going to carry like the alcohol, but still fresh enough, right? A little bit of spice, but sweet tones. So I like that old fashioned.
I think I get the cherry now. I'm thinking about that. I'm getting like some red fruits.
Yeah. Yep.
So it leans right into that.
All right. Well, fantastic. I like that.
And that was your Speakeasy.
For sure. Well, good job, gents. Very good job. Let's, of course, move right along. It's water rinse time, and we're going to get into the second whiskey.
Yeah, so while we're taking a water rinse, just go ahead and start. I'll slide to the front of the table. The next whiskey we're going to drink is the 2XO, the Sneakerhead blend. So this is a release and part of their Icon series from 2XO.
There it is, right there, folks. So it has some J's or something on.
Yeah, the only story I can find as far as the Sneakerhead blend is the owner. He loves sneakers, and since it's his Icon series, he finds sneakers to be iconic and an iconic part of his life. So he made a release of bourbon to showcase that. So, Zoe, you want to pour it up for us?
I thought you was going to do that. It's your bottle, Maddie.
Look at that. Came and admitted to it.
So
someone's water by accident. Ralph said he stole someone's water
by accident, though. Good job by accident, Ralph.
Nice.
By accident.
Oh, you're still drinking.
Shut up. Okay.
All right, so as the name implies, or you might guess, 2XO, this is a double oaked product. That is kind of their
I like the color on it.
Signature thing that they do. Yeah,
Let's see. Let's see, though, because I haven't been impressed by 2XO yet.
Okay, yeah.
Their staves,
I'm in the same boat.
Their staves, wonderful.
I'm in the same boat.
I like the color on this.
See, I'm getting I'm going like strawberry, raspberry off the nose. I'm getting like some dark red fruit. Some berry, I guess. As I said, 2 berries.
Cordial. Okay. So this one's coming in. We stepped up a little in proof. This one's at 104 proof or 52% ABV. For those of y'all who prefer, I'm getting a lot of richness, some toffee.
This bottle has been open for 2-ish months, we'll say, so it's had some time to breathe a little. And I mean, at 104 proof, not really getting any volatility or any alcohol off the nose of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go in for a sip.
I'm impressed.
Really?
This might be the best 2XO bottle I've had.
Okay. Wow. Bold statement right off the bat. This one, going from the Speakeasy especially to this.
It's more flavor.
Well, go ahead, Burn. You haven't said anything about the nose because you're slacking. Do you want to, or do you want us to keep talking about the palate?
No. I think we can keep going in the direction that you all are, and I'll just start with a little bit of the producer information, because 2XO stands for 2 times oak. Everybody, 2 times oak. It's an innovative Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey brand developed by renowned American whiskey blender Dixon Deadman, and it, of course, is a twice oak expression. Sneakerhead blend is the 5th release in their Icon series. And of course, he has a passion for sneakers, as I think you mentioned already, Matt. Limited small batch production. We're talking about a blend of 2 proprietary mash bills. Proprietary, let me get that out right. High rye 35% and a 18% rye. And we're talking about 3 and 4 char levels when it comes to the barrels itself. And the secondary oak is for 9 to 12 months. So the finishing process is in a brand new barrels, aging 9 to 12 months. So yeah, let's move on from that.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, for something that's 104 proof, definitely a lot of body, a lot of richness, very little volatility of alcohol, like deeper, darker, dried fruit notes, spices, brown sugar. Yeah.
It teeters on the line for me with the double oaking process. I had this issue with some other examples of whiskeys, not necessarily from them, of it almost has a little bit of like sharpness of oak to it on the palate. It's not bad necessarily, but it's just
lighter here and heavier here.
Yeah. But I mean, I like this product I haven't had many expressions from 2XO, but out of the probably 3 I've had, this one is, to my knowledge, my favorite. But I understand I've not had majority.
I'm at like 4 bottles, with this being 4th, and I would say this is the favorite of the 4. It still doesn't make me a fan yet.
And I mean, this one definitely taken over where the lack of finish from Speakeasy. You're definitely extending that on this bottle, getting a little more what you're maybe hoping for out of Speakeasy. Definitely a lot more body, kind of like Burnie had already mentioned.
It's a lot more body here, but I'm getting the same finish.
Okay.
It's good. It stops, and then it gets streamlined, and it's just like oaky and tannins on my tongue. There's no roundness to it. It's just sharp, like you said. Sure. So I'm getting this. These 2 are transitioning the same way for me. Okay. With just it being a little more heavier on the nuances and the sweetness here than here, but I'm getting the same transition through both of these bottles.
Gotcha.
But it's less tannic and oak driven on the finish here, which puts me liking this one a little bit more.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm liking this one more.
Yeah.
I'm loving the front taste of this, but the transition, and they end similar, but this one to me is better.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the intensities definitely are driven up in the 2XO production. That is the structure of the oak, also the alcohol. Those 6 proof points higher, there's truly an attack.
I don't think
there's a bigger attack on the palate.
I don't think it's balanced
compared to the first one. I think the alcohol is a little bit higher, maybe slightly more intense compared to the body weight that it has. So while you maybe increase in body weight, you increase in maybe some of the flavors initially, the alcohol doesn't increase at that same level. It almost, is kind of overshoots a little bit more.
I think it's out of balance.
And that was, that was first sip. This is probably something that you might play around with a little water. I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to give it a try.
Good luck out of that bottle.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Burnie just made this 104 proof whiskey 52 proof.
Like
it's so enjoyable now.
But I mean, I still
totally woody still. Totally woody still. Even with maximum diluting, very woody stylistically.
Yeah.
And the finish and the transition the same.
Notes comes forward.
Is the transition the same?
Similar. Yeah. It's still kind of
got hotter.
Yeah, put the water in, yo.
I can't say mine got hotter because that absolutely
fucking poured it. Sorry about that, folks.
Absolutely, but yeah, it definitely throws so much more wood, falls forward.
It made the finish better.
Okay.
The drop of water.
Yep.
Took some of the oakiness away and made it rounder on the end.
Right.
Instead of just tanny.
An ounce of water did that too.
Oh man, that water really did something to it.
50-50.
It wasn't. I'm not mad at it.
All right.
Yeah. So Matt, let's get started, bro.
Oh yeah, I like it with the water.
Yeah, put me a little water in there. We'll get ready for a water rinse. While I'm gonna hit it. Start off with a rating. I'm a little torn, but I'll probably have the highest rating. I'll give it a 7.25. I'll go a 7.25 on it. It wouldn't be something I regularly go to, nor has it been in the last 2 months probably that I've owned the bottle, but I enjoy it, and I think the little bit of complexity it adds, I enjoy more than the Speakeasy. So, Burn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to give this bad boy a 6.75. I'll give it a 6.75. I think it's a fun expression to have on the table. I'm not too well versed with 2XL, but as far as the balance goes, it's going to be a little out of balance for a lot of palates, maybe even including mine, which I don't mind higher alcohol content for sure. But when the wood kind of is so forward and then into the finish, there's not enough of an unctuous characteristic to really lead that wood into kind of a softer landing, right? Come on, y'all. Come on now. Exactly.
You dug your own grave.
For sure. All right. But it's a little bit green, and it doesn't go down as smooth, right? So because of that, I'm gonna dock it. That it's missing balance, and without balance, I give it a 6.75. What about you, Zoe?
I am in agreement with 6.75. I think it's one of those whiskeys where the first few seconds of you sipping this whiskey, you're like, oh my God, this is going to be really, and then it just dissipates. This being their fourth expression, the Icon series, still not wow yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still not wow yet. I mean, again, it's one of those I got to put in my everyday drinking category.
Sure.
So 6.75 is everyday drinking one.
Sweet. Well, there you have it.
Yes, indeed.
That is my rating at a 7.25. Alonzo and Burnie both in agreement at a 6.75 for the 2XO, the Sneakerhead blend bottle from their Icon series. We are finishing up our water rinse and going to move on to our third bottle of the night.
Indeed.
I'll let
Burn, man.
Oh no, I have to. I got.
So it's you.
Then it's
you,
Matty.
You bought this.
Welcome
one
back. This is the first Whiskey Wednesday I had with you.
Talk about your bottle. You brought the bottle. You talk about. I'll pour it.
I don't know nothing about it.
Well, I don't need it. All right. Third bottle of the night.
Okay.
We'll slide it forward since Zoe is going to
Getting
be
feisty
what
over
Zoe
here.
is doing. Oh,
There we go.
My bad.
There we go.
There's 3 cameras. I'm trying to figure out which one to turn to. All good. We're going to now move on to a new release from Remus. This is the Remus Babe Ruth Reserve.
Nice.
If you've ever heard the name Babe Ruth before, I think he was like a baseball player or something. I don't know. You know,
Maybe he was.
something
Maybe.
like that.
Oops. Let's stop that screen right there. I don't need that screen. Keep on going, buddy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Great Bambino.
I got people talking on both sides of me and no one talking to me, but it's all right.
The Great
Fresh
Bambino.
crack. Everyone be quiet. Oh, that was not very good.
That wasn't good, man.
All right. His neck sucks on this bottle. This is...
Oh my goodness. How about that? That's great.
Hot take for everyone out there, though. I hate rectangular bottles.
I do too. Pouring though.
Pouring
it's something about
rectangular bottle, such as this, until I get like a third of it out, I suck at like not smelling it. I have to say.
Wow, I'm getting like this crazy honey spice.
So, couple facts on this one. We're going to go, it is 111 proof, again, or 55.5% ABV. And it is a medley of 3 mash bills right here. So these are all coming out of Ross and Squibb Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, a.k.a. MGPI. And it's a medley of 2016. I got to get closer. Sorry. I don't have my glasses. Of their 44% rye mash bill, there's 12%. In 2017, there's 70% of their 49% rye mash bill.
Wow.
And then in 2018, there's 18% of their 36% rye mash bill. So the lowest rye mash bill in here is 36%.
Wow.
Then 44, but the highest percentage in this bottle is their 49% rye mash bill, and that's from 2017.
Goodness. How about that?
Why y'all do that? Because
now, is this batched out?
Y'all haven't been back.
We'll look in a second when the bottle gets brought back.
Is this batch? Is there a batch number on here at all? Or no?
So there is no. This seems like it's a single release because it's bottle number. This is bottle 9,012 out of 10,624.
I was late to the party.
And if I'm correct, the 10,624 was how many home runs they were?
Something like that.
Oh, wow.
If I'm correct.
Wow.
Don't quote me on it. Try and fact check that.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. Nope. It's a total that represents each of Babe Ruth's plate appearances. So
how many times he got on the plate?
How many times he
on base?
I
was just taking a guess.
10,000 home
exactly.
runs.
So of course, you know,
I'm breaking
the rectangular Art Deco inspired glass bottle with embossed baseball diamond pattern and wooden cork closure resembles the knob of the baseball bat, folks. So, you know, it's definitely inspired by Babe. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
Looks like the end of your baseball bat. 100%.
Absolutely. So yeah, they got, I think, the branding spot on right there. And it's a pretty good look. Let's give it a little sippy sip. See what we got, folks.
I mean, there's a lot of rye in this mash bill for it to not right off the bat smell like a straight rye. I mean, this is basically majority of this whiskey is as high of a rye content you can have and still classify it as a bourbon.
When is baseball? When's opening day?
Soon, maybe it's next month.
Coming up soon, right?
I should know. There's a flyer in my.
Here's baseball season.
Baseball season
for sure. Indeed.
Go Nats.
Go Nats.
Dang, Matt, you bad. You can say that in DC now. You couldn't say that last year.
All right.
I'm smelling candy.
Candy. What kind? Any kind?
I'm just like this.
Just candy.
General sweet candy.
Just walking in the candy store.
Extracted sweetness, like definitely like sugar candy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is, but
Some citrus,
I've been in this citrus honey
orange.
thing going on.
Citrus,
Some candied orange.
candy orange, and lemon.
Yeah.
Candy lemon. You get some candy lemon in
Not the honey though. I'm the only one. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
right now. I mean, we're gonna
Don't
ease into it.
No, I don't want y'all. I don't want y'all to smell honey. Baby.
Secondary. Like the citrus is the high tone. Then we go a tone under. That's the florals and the
I'm on my second
and the honeys. You go another.
You see this?
Hey, my
yeah,
first sip was like, whoa, this is pretty fucking good.
Shout out to Zoe. Appreciate this bottle, man.
Appreciate this bottle.
Mm-hmm. The nose is gorgeous on this 111. Like, once again, you get zero volatility of alcohol. It's hiding it very well. Let's hope the palate does the same.
What is fun while you're taking your first sip, these first 3 bottles, wow.
Rye.
All,
like a nice bit of rye.
Yeah, but they're all at an interesting proof point, is what I was going to say. 98, 104, 111, like they're not just 90, 95, 100 or anything like that. All interesting proof points out of the first 3.
True.
I like that.
I like that second pull burn.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, I was being gypped before.
I don't know.
With how bad your ratings have been, I know.
That's neat. Gosh. Wow.
I think that's pretty good. I think that's blending good.
I think it carries the alcohol very well. There's kind of an energy about the whiskey as well. Everything stays kind of citrus, a little light enough where it doesn't get too weighty on the palate. Into the finish, there's a beautiful freshness. You start to salivate a little bit. As you after the sip. Palate's kind of asking, let's go in for another sip of that.
It's pretty to have some of the age it has on it with whiskey all the way back to 2017 or 16?
2016.
2016.
Okay. Yeah.
It drinks a little on the younger, there's only 12% of it is that.
Yeah.
And this did come out, I believe, technically last year.
Yeah.
So it would be 8 years old, would have been the oldest whiskey in this.
Right.
Was 8 years old. But it, to me, drinks, not necessarily in a negative way, I'm saying on the oak characteristic aspect.
Right.
More like that 4 to 5 year old.
Right. Because, we say once you hit a rye past like 6, you start transferring into some of these older tastes.
For rye itself, but this is still bourbon mash
bill,
but heavy rye, right? 49% rye mash bill.
That's crazy.
51% corn in one of the components in that bad boy. So
the most major component, 70% of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, 70%
of it, and that's 7-year-old, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 7-year-old whiskey. It's 70% of this mash bill. It's the 49% rye. So that's just, just interesting to me. But it's a super fun bottle. I like it.
I would love to see this after it opens up for a little while. Probably come back in about 3 or 4 months.
I see it getting I just imagine it get even sweeter after opening up.
Like some of the richer characteristics are already developing, right?
So rich.
I went from citrus, now to the dried fruit, the dried black fruit, kind of sweet fruit, maybe blackberry.
It's getting a little creaminess on the nose for me now.
Okay.
I think it's blended.
And you mentioned honey before. I'm getting a little bit of maple.
Told you.
Still no honey.
No honey though.
Still no
it's
honey.
It's okay. I'm sitting in my boat by myself. It is A-okay.
It's okay.
I don't know. I like how this is done though.
It's a fun bottle.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta have that bottle before I even read that it was like this crazy high rye thing. And it kind of was like a turn off for me a little bit. And then I was like, man, I'm interested though. And now I'm like, yo, I'm glad I picked up the bottle.
Yeah, for sure. Glad you picked it up too. Good job, Zoe. Once again,
wow.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
man.
Zoe loves Remus. One thing about it, if there's a bottle of Remus out there, so
I like bottles that I have prestige to have on the bar.
Yeah, this isn't a particularly cheap bottle.
Oh, I figured that out after I wanted it.
Yeah, it's not a particularly cheap
Yeah,
bottle.
it was one of those. Oh, really? I have no choice now.
Yeah. Well, I'm digging it. It's like an approachable 111 proofer.
It
right?
is.
Very approachable, fresh 111 proofer. You do get the ABV because it's 111, but I think that you slow your sips down a little bit, change your breathing pattern a little bit, right? With doing that, and once you have had the whiskey on your palate, after the second sip, you're pretty much good to go. Now, I would assume that this would be interesting as well with a drop of water. Do you think it would like give it slightly darker flavors, or do you think it would highlight a little bit more of those higher tone citrus
Are
notes?
you pulling water out of your bottle, Burn?
I'm afraid to do it now,
No,
man.
do it
Maybe I
out
will.
here. No.
I will. I'll use this
Okay. There
first.
Oh, that's going to be the same. This might be 2 or 3, folks.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, that was a pour.
All right, cool. That's
Better.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm about 3 too.
We'll call it 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all see what that water's doing for you.
The spirit note went up. Definitely.
For you think so? I don't know if it did. I don't think it did.
I'm telling you, some of them is like it doesn't. Sometimes
I think
it
the
does.
toast notes came up. Maybe some of the drier toastiness came forward for me. Not necessarily the spirit, but the toast, the oak toast.
That's from where the age is showing now. Put a little water in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was better with water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it got sweeter, rounder,
Right. The finish.
less dry on the finish. That was way better with drops of water. And I rarely say that when it comes to drops of water, but that was beautiful. So that means when it opens up and sits on the bar, this is going to be so much better.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Breathe a little bit. Indeed.
Come on, Matt. Go back in there with this.
I'm going to start off the ratings. It's a 7.5 for me. For this one, it's a 7.5. I think there's a balance there. Once again, we aren't talking about huge complexity. It's a fresh kind of honest expression of a whiskey with heavy rye tones, so a lot of spice, but then that rye absorbs a lot of sweet barrel characteristics. And I think it's for this age, kind of 6, 7, maybe 8 years, right?
6 to 8 year old.
High rye expressions, 111 proof. There's enough going on in there that will keep you interested. Maybe playing around with a little bit of water. It will make, it's maybe too expensive to make a cocktail with, but anything in the sour realm, like whiskey sour,
we can make a Babe Ruth sour.
Would be a lot of fun, because there's a freshness, almost a light to medium body about it still, although it has nice oils. So yeah, 7.5 for me. And Zoe, we'll hop over to you.
I'm in agreement with everything you said, so I'm gonna go 7.5, 7.75 with water.
7.5, 7.75 with water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I'll be the one to go a little lower. I'm gonna go 7.25. It just drinks a little on the younger side for me, for being what it is. But beautiful bottle, still a great bottle, especially if you can still find one of these, because I know they came out just like a little bit ago. But if you have a whiskey lover and a baseball lover that this is the bottle that they need to add to their collection. So that'll wrap up our review on the Remus Babe Ruth Reserve, with Burnie and Alonso rating it a 7.5 and me rating it a 7.25. So we're going to grab a little water rinse and then move on to our fourth and last bottle of the evening.
Indeed. Oh, that was fun, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. All right.
I'm glad he bought one, because I passed on buying one of these a little bit before, maybe a month before we moved here, just because of the price point. But I just wanted to try it.
Yeah, I almost passed on it too from that price point, Maddie.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Which approximation, like what What could folks
Uh,
maybe find this at?
On the shelf, you're looking at 200 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
There you go.
200.
That sounds like Remus.
Yeah, 200 is probably the minimum.
Yeah.
Every state's a little different. I'll tell you, I saw it in a control state at state minimum at 210. But with it being a state that doesn't have sales tax, their state minimum prices are typically a tiny bit higher than other states. So we'll say 200-ish is probably, it's the cheapest I've ever seen it, 200. So
yeah, sound about right.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
go.
Leave
it at that.
All right.
So, last bottle.
I've been seeing this on the internet. I've been wanting to buy it.
That water was great.
I've been wanting to buy this bottle.
Oh, let's go ahead.
Yeah, just to let me know if I want to buy it or not.
Zoe, you poured this.
Why is that, Maddie?
Because you say you've been seeing on the internet, you've been wanting to buy a bottle, and I did a pretty bad job pouring the last one. So there you go. Simple enough, right? So we're going to finish out the night with the 13th Colony Cask Strength Bourbon from 13th Colony Distillery. This is this is actually an even more limited bottle than the Remus was. Once those point, I believe there are 7,000 bottles in this batch release. I think it's
7141.
Yeah.
7,141 bottles released.
Oh, is this batched out? What batch is this?
So it is batched out, but I believe it's more just a year. Yeah, 2024 batch.
2024.
So for the entire year of 2024, there was only 7,100 bottles released.
71. Okay.
For the entire year. So we're drinking at 120.64 proof. And this is out of Americus, Georgia.
Americus, Georgia. And so we're talking about 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley for this release. It is an uncut, I would assume, non-chill filtered cask strength version of 13th Colony Southern Bourbon. Yeah. So Matt's flavor they want to showcase. 5 to 6 years. Did you already say that? 5 to 6 years, maybe in age.
Yeah. So the 13th Colony is a little newer to the game and doesn't have a ton of distribution. If I'm correct, they're only available in, I believe it's like 11 states in the U.S.
Okay.
11 to 13 or something. It's low teens. And this and their double oaked bourbon. Their double oak bourbon is their most sought after release that they do every year, with this being in second place. And so, yeah, I've heard a lot of hype about it. Looked into it. Shout out to, let me see, he was in just a little bit ago. Yeah, G. Stinnett in here. G. Stinnett looked into this through a relationship with a liquor store owner in Arkansas, because all the states they distribute to are in the southern area. And so he looked into this, and I was able to get the bottle from him. So
nice.
Shout out to Pops.
Nice.
I'm smelling
like
Pops. Smelling like peanut brittle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's.
In full transparency, this bottle's been open for a while, because this is my first ever bottle of 13th Colony I've ever got my hands on, and I was pretty excited about it. And no, I can't just go out and replace it if I finish it, so I have been babying this bottle.
As you should.
Just, if I got a backup, Greg,
Yes.
might go ahead and finish off the bottle sooner, but
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
It's still available on the internet, though.
Yeah, on here. For how much?
Nah, it wasn't that bad when I looked at it. I almost pulled the trigger.
Did you?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
How much is not bad?
It wasn't that bad.
Under 100, right?
Yeah. It was under 100.
Under 100. Okay, well, maybe.
No,
that's not it.
No,
that's not it. Okay, that's the double. That's the double oaked.
That thing goes for like 500.
No,
the double oak.
Even when I was on the website from 13th Colony,
I'm saying I think those might be scams on those two.
Nah, because even when I was on there for this one, it wasn't
Google.
It wasn't expensive. It was like $80 or $90 when I saw
everything you just see.
I'm telling you, I didn't see it for that much.
But
Yeah, but that's their anniversary. That's why I really wanted to.
G-Stunning?
But
Okay,
Let's
once
get
again,
that
this is
anniversary bottle.
from Georgia.
yeah.
So we're
Georgia.
talking
Yo,
about
dog.
everything distilled, aged, and bottled right there.
Mhm.
Produced and bottled. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
a tiny bit of controversy.
Okay.
I don't.
Produced and bottled.
We're just
Folks,
saying what
distilled and
people
bottled.
say. These are not opinions of anyone sitting at this table or opinions of anything affiliated with this.
Well,
Whiskey
it is
Wednesday
just our
podcast.
opinion. It's not fact.
Well, but I'm saying I'm not even saying it's mine, but
Okay.
there's a lot of conversation with the verbiage 13th Colony uses, not just in the instance of saying produced. They don't use the word distilled on there, and there's been other concerns where they don't ever use the word straight bourbon in their double oaks, but the most recognizable thing about the double oaks is the darkness of color. But when you don't use the word straight bourbon, that gives you room to be able to add coloring to it. There is some questions on the lack of words or the choice of words they use from people in the industry.
You better watch out because Matt is on it.
Matt's on it.
But we don't know.
The detective.
We don't know anything for sure. We're just enjoying good whiskey. We're just...
And this is some good whiskey.
It's some good whiskey.
At 120?
120.
Man.
0.64.
Man.
So you had started into it saying some like peanut brittle.
Yeah.
On the nose. Because I feel like I got a little sidetracked.
Some burnt brown sugars.
I was about to say, see, I'm going to, or almost like some burnt peanut brittle almost. Like it is a, it's like the char of the oak and this
I get
caramel brittle
together
thing mixed together.
I never smelled that
so
before.
nicely.
Nicely put.
Yeah.
Some charred brittle.
But you get at 120 proof, you're getting a little bit of ethanol off the nose. I mean, it's
at first I thought
proof.
I did, but since it's been here for like 2 or 3 minutes, it's gone.
Okay.
The ethanol's gone. I'm smelling nothing but flavors and richness.
Woo.
You saying woo over there, Byron?
Yeah.
What you
ABV.
He's not a 120 drinker. That's
ABV.
He's not 120.
That's what it is.
He ain't built for this.
Nah.
That's what it is.
That's okay.
Nah, I'm in this
We
realm.
all had to start somewhere.
I'm in this realm now.
Okay.
I'm in this realm.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, it's definitely a big whiskey in the sense of it delivers 120.64 proof in a forward way. That happens right now. But there's, the kind of the whiskey kind of, you mentioned nuts. I see some pecans.
Yeah.
That type of thing. The husk, the shell, right?
Oh,
of like
some orchard
white nuts.
some Hey Cam, you heard this?
It's a reckless
Mace, you heard this?
Wednesday.
Reckless Whiskey Wednesday is alive and well. Good God.
Some orchard.
Good Lord. I'm so sorry. Wow. Not laughing at that.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
I'm getting some apple pie.
There you go. Well, thank you for holding it together, Alonzo. Thank you.
No, I'm getting like
orchard and apple pie.
I'm getting like that.
It is apple pie-esque. Yeah,
like the apple pies from Taco Bell. The apple pies from Taco Bell.
What? I gotta stop laughing and you keep going.
The apple pies from Taco Bell, like that caramel apple.
What about?
I can't pronounce that E word
What
exactly
about
right.
Taco Bell spells apple pies?
Yeah, the apple pie from Taco Bell. You serious?
E word?
Yeah.
Popeyes, I know, has.
It's a Spanish Mexican dessert, and I always say it wrong.
Yeah, they got.
I always say it wrong.
It's a weird name.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
empanada.
Oh, empanada.
Empanadas. I always say it wrong.
Jeez.
I always say it wrong. But at least I said it ahead of time, though.
Yeah. We got
that
team dyslexic over here.
Wow. I gave the disclaimer, and I still get ridiculed.
If it was actually a hard word to pronounce, you probably wouldn't have.
I mean, I don't see it that much because I'm never in Taco Bell.
This is it, folks. Ooh. The colony.
Your eyes watering, right? Is that from laughing?
Mine are from laughing, I'll tell you that.
I'm trying to think about it now.
Get a little
all right,
so
we are going to bring this podcast back to a level of seriousness.
Yes, we are.
Sorry, folks. You know, we
apologize.
Only human. But yeah, 120.64. It's a big whiskey, and
it's a little floral.
There are some floral notes that are happening here. I agree. There's some spirit-like tones that kind of lead you into floral. I dare say like lavender, but maybe even more so, just kind of, what is it? A little bit of anise, like, you know, spirit.
Very light, very light.
Right. A little bit of the anise, like
Really?
I wouldn't say, you know, anise. You get into levels of kind of a hint of spirited, semi-waxy licorice, but
yeah,
I'm getting more like cachaca.
Cachaca, like
Isn't that how they say it?
cachaça, like the rum, the Brazilian stuff.
No, like the liqueur.
Spell it.
All right, folks. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. Good night. It's more like the orchid, huh? Am I saying it like the orchid when it should be orchid? Okay.
Spell it. But he can't even pronounce empanada.
Oh my god.
All right, folks. All right.
I am crying.
We're all laughing tears, folks.
We need something to laugh about tonight. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This gets more and more beautiful as it sits in my glass.
Amen to that. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it starts off, okay.
You need to laugh, folks.
I'll bring it all the way back. It starts off very aggressive. And I think, you know, again, we're talking Georgia. No disrespect to the state of Georgia. There's probably a big reason why that you don't hear about a ton of distilleries or a ton of great products coming out of Georgia, because I think dealing with the climate can be a little more difficult or a little more complex, dealing with higher heat than, say, they do in Kentucky. And so, yeah, I think I love that they wear the name Southern Bourbon on the label. I'm just going to keep talking and try and keep it together. And, yeah, it isn't. Even though this mash bill is super comparable to a lot of other brands out there, as I bite my tongue, it's not super similar. I feel like it is very unique stylistically and flavor. And yeah, I mean, at 120 proof, it lets you know it's 120 proof.
Yeah, but if this isn't a glass, it doesn't even seem like that no more.
It literally, sitting here at Glencairn, swirling it a bit, it opens up probably more than any of the other whiskeys have. Yeah. You've seen it like just really blossom in the glass. So that is certainly to a testament to kind of a whiskey that is enjoyable in drinking, because when you approach, you have a certain expectation and you leave it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. You come back, it's like, oh, wow, that's not the same whiskey that's in the glass, right? So it certainly does provide a unique drinking experience and some complexities there that keep you engaged, right?
Yeah, you get that ethanol when you first pour it, and like I say, it just goes away. It just
that's there. You certainly, but you get a little bit of it, but not in an offensive way. It just lets you know, like, this is some real whiskey that you're drinking, right? It's just screams whiskey. It's not going too sweet because of that. I think the alcohol kind of keeps it from getting too unctuous and chewy, right? Yep. Nor is it so lean that the alcohol is sharp, but the alcohol is definitely there. and maybe even a flavor profile more so than some of the others, right? The alcohol
I can see that.
actually smells and adds a flavor component to the whiskey. Not in an offensive way, but like, yeah, there's a little bit of alcohol there. There's a little bit of a kind of anise-like note to me.
A little bit.
A little bit of a herbaceousness, hint of a like root note, going back once again to, you know, a husk of like
Husk of what? Corn?
What else is husk?
no, like
That's what I was about to ask.
like an almond husk or
Almond husk?
or
Shell. Right?
Shells.
shell. There you go. Okay, thank you.
Do
The
you
shell
call
of
that
a
husk?
maybe I don't
Almond
know.
husks.
I don't know. I'm thinking like peanut,
You're husking almonds?
peanut, almond. Yeah,
Cracking the husk off an almond?
I used to. Shoot. My great
No,
granddad.
you cracked the shell off it. You didn't crack
No.
a husk off it.
He's cracking the shell off his corn.
I was just trying to get to the.
Get to the husk.
You're just trying to get to the nut, is what you want to say.
Stop it, man. Stop it. I didn't say it for a reason. Hey, folks, we are drinking right now the 13 Colony.
Oh
Right
man,
there.
you know,
Yeah,
sometimes some of these Wednesdays are extra special, folks.
And this is extra special because this is, what are we calling it?
Reckless
The
Whiskey
Reckless
Wednesday.
Whiskey Wednesday. Absolutely. Please, folks, when you drive up and down Barracks Road, just drive in a straight line.
He was.
Don't beeline into parked cars, in which someone did tonight and struck my vehicle.
This is
Goodness gracious.
This is www.
So I hope I can get home okay today.
For real.
But anyway, we are representing 13th Colony small batch cask strength Southern bourbon whiskey. It is 120.64 proof, and
2024 release.
it is specifically the 2024 release. Absolutely, Matt. Thank you for
I gotta find
reiterating
the
that. All right, folks. Come on, let's go with some ratings. I'll start with you again, Zoe.
Well, I can't say when I make this statement, y'all may not agree,
It's okay.
but this bottle to me is better than the other bottle from another distiller that's shaped like this.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah. And it was a lot of hype behind it, and I was like, whoa. And then I taste this, I'm like, okay, this is way better.
I agree with that.
I won't say the name of the specific bottle, but it's better.
Which one is that?
What other bottle looks like this?
Okay.
All I can think of is It's My...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is better to me.
From them? I'm thinking Birthday.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going the opposite
No,
way.
it's Birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Yeah, I had Birthday and I was not wild at all. And it was free at the bar. I was not wild. So I'm gonna go.
Stay tuned for that particular Whiskey Wednesday.
I'm gonna go.
He says.
I'm gonna go 7.75 to 8. I think this was masterfully done. Whoever did this, it's in balance. Again, you say once it's set, it's like I had two different whiskeys. The finish was good from the whiskey. Complexity.
Yeah.
I mean, it handles the spirit note, no volatility to me. I think this was masterfully made.
Masterfully made. All right, Burnie, you're up next.
No, I don't think so. I think it's you, Matt.
No, it's you, Burnie.
All right, well.
Burnie's over there husking.
I think it's quite good.
You.
I think it's quite good. It's one that will challenge your palate a bit. You need to allow it to, you need to give it time to open, to breathe, to start showing secondary flavors or what have you once some of the alcohol breathes off. Your palate will find itself adjusting and readjusting every time you pour a little bit more in your glass. So it does keep you engaged. It is 120 and some change proof. And I am going to give that a 7.75. Matt, what you got?
I'm going to go 8 flat. I'm going to go 8.0
flat
on the 13th Colony small batch cask strength 2024 release at 120.64 proof. Great bottle.
Agree.
Great bottle.
I totally agree. I'll have to get my hands on one of these bottles.
All right. Well, there we go, folks. We just lost people on Instagram. But if we lost you on Instagram, come on over to YouTube and check the replay. And so, gosh, that was 13th Colony. Small batch. Cask strength, folks. A fun production as Zoe there pours up some water. There we go. I want this view right here.
Absolutely. That's
the production. It comes in a birthday bottle. Period. Esque. Yeah, a birthday-esque bottle.
Yeah.
A birthday bottle-esque bottle. Okay, yeah, birthday bourbon-esque bottle. That's the correct way to say that. All right, cool. I was confusing myself there, Matt. And Zoe. But it's 13th Colony, folks. Something from Georgia. Something along the East Coast, right? Southeastern coast, absolutely. And they were the southern state of the colonies. Florida wasn't part of the colonies yet. So they were the southern boys of the colonies. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody who's joined us on this Whiskey Wednesday. Oh my God, this was Reckless Wednesday, folks.
Reckless.
I hope I can get home
with the W.
Hey.
My car got sideswiped tonight. Hope I can get home, folks.
Hope we can get there.
That's for sure. We're doing more than a water rinse right now. We're going to drink a whole few Glencairn's worth of water for sure, because we're going to get home safely.
Absolutely.
We're going to Uber. Absolutely. And we're going to see you in 7 days for the next Whiskey Wednesday.
Yep.
Where I'll be privileged to have these gentlemen sitting to my right, joining me for another fun experience of Whiskey Wednesday here on Capitol Hill.
Oh,
shout out to M-Dog Stennett on Instagram, Matt Stennett himself. Shout out to Beans.90s, Lonzo, right there.
Ooh, Penelope on the table next week.
Oh.
If I get that Rio, I'm going to be very happy. I have an order of Rio coming in, folks. I hope I get it.
Yeah, how many bottles, bro?
Man, disappointing.
Gone when they get there.
Not a case. I tell you that.
Well, we'll be tasting Rio next week on Whiskey Wednesday.
Nice. Let's do it. Why not? We're going to sign out, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in the fun. We'll see you in 7 days.
Yes, we will.
See you next week.
See you then. Cheers.